Everybody? It's your boy King Cam,
Your boy, think about it, DJ.
and we have a very, very special guest today. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is May. Super excited to be here. I'm from Canada, Toronto, so I'm excited to get into this with my South Carolina friends.
Bro, tell them about yourself. What you do in your everyday life, man? What's going on with you?
Well, I'm a full-time student, so shout out to all the students hustling out there. I'm studying community safety, and then I have a business that I'm building called A New Day, which is about healing ourselves in order to heal other people. So tapping into our mindset and changing our mindset to really create the life that we desire. So I'm a big advocate on, unlearning and relearning. I think we're going to talk about it on this episode a little bit, but really just understanding how we can change our internal dialogue to have a better life for ourselves and others around us. So that's what I do. What about y'all?
Word. Shit, they know what we do. Come in here and talk shit every week.
Yeah, y'all are some students too, doing this podcast.
Word, man. Trying to get out the hood, trying to get out the trenches.
Sure.
Hey, but man, let's go ahead and dive into the episode, man. Y'all know we start with our beginning segment every week. We talk about our mental health check-in. So how y'all guys' mental health was during the week? Y'all got anything y'all want to tell the world, anything you need to get off your chest before we dive into the rest of the episode?
Hey, I'll let you go first. Ladies first.
Oh, thank you, DJ. This week was kind of interesting for me. I don't know. I feel like I'm still adjusting to the month of January. Like, I've been really tired. And then recently, pardon?
I said it's a great month.
Yeah. Oh, because your birthday? Yeah. No, to be honest, like mental health check-in out of 5, right now I'm probably at like a 3. But at the beginning of the week, I was definitely at like a 2. So I'm getting better. I had to take some time for myself and just chill. So that's where I'm at. I'm excited for this week though. Coming up, I'm going to work towards a 4. So that's me. What about you guys?
Man, ain't nothing too major going on in my life, man. It just, this week been kind of aggravating because the inauguration was this weekend. The same people telling us to hold Joe Biden accountable, making excuses for him already. So that's just been kind of aggravating. But other than that, man, I've just been chilling with the family straight, my mama straight, my sister straight, my friends straight. So ain't nothing to complain about, just blessed to live, man.
Yeah.
Amen.
My mental health, I guess we doing a rating. So like 1 out of 5, I'd probably say 4.5, I guess. I don't really have too many complaints about anything. Well, yeah, school, my classes, it's my last semester in college. So, it's the pressure is on, just trying to graduate at this point. But other than that, my life is pretty good,
Word. So y'all doing the next segment, get to the beginning and said the who do you love segment. Something that brought you joy during the week can be a person, place, or a thing, a food album, whatever you want to go into, man. So what is your who do you love for the week on May?
Ooh, I love this segment. For me, I would probably say my who do I love / appreciation for the week was definitely my WhatsApp video calls with my dad, because this man will like always call me on audio first because he doesn't realize that he can video call me at the same time, like actually go through video. So every time he audio calls me, I'm like, I know this man's going to request to video chat me in like the next second. So it's just funny. And they're like little moments that I'm super grateful for, like to be able to tell him like, Dad, that you can just like video call me right away. You don't have to audio call me first. But I would say, yeah, chatting with him and being able to connect with him is definitely the highlight of my week.
For sure. Cam, you want to go?
I'm gonna go ahead and go, man. Who do you love for the week? I'm just gonna give an artist some praise and some admiration because last night, sadly, a rapper from South Carolina, 18 Vino, passed away. And this morning really hit the rest of South Carolina because it's a small state. You don't have a lot of artists coming up out here. He was this big thing out here. I say it's sad that we're gonna give him, but I'm gonna go ahead and give him his flowers, man. That's a great artist. You never heard 18 Vino? Go ahead, run his numbers up right now, run his music up, and just show his love so his family and his people get some money off of that. As he sadly passed away, you know what I'm saying? I feel honestly, I wish I would have get his flower early on the episode, but man, we tend to give people their flowers after they're not here anymore. So I'm gonna give my who do you love to 18 Vino.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna give my who do you love to 18 Vino too. You know, if anybody who know me know I was rocking his music way before. Well, I wouldn't say way before he blew up, but like when he was in his prime of blowing up. So, you know, I got a lot of love for 18 Vino, and it's sad to hear, you know, his passing last night. And yeah, that's my Who Do You Love.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
man.
hope that
Great
you guys
artist,
can
though.
take some time to process that. That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're just gonna bump that music, man.
Yeah.
With the mixtape, people like that real trap shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, man, let's get into the episode, though. DJ, man, you had the topic you want to bring to us, man.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
So we finna drop the clip right here. Boom.
You have a boyfriend?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you love him?
Very much.
Okay. Would you break up with him for like $10,000?
No.
Not 10,000. Right here, cash.
No.
No. Okay, 50,000 cash.
No.
70,000 cash. Right here. No. You gotta call him and break up with him, like on the phone.
I have to call him?
Yeah, cash.
Let me see. Let me just hold it.
70,000 cash. You gonna call him or not?
Okay.
Bet.
I'm nervous.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, babe. So I gotta tell you something.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I can't do this anymore.
Wait, why?
I just can't. Like, I just.
The topic that we gonna bring in for Think About It is, how much money would it take for you to leave your significant other?
I think in the video she left at 70,000, didn't she? Like she called her man up.
Yeah.
That was enough. Yeah.
What's your limit?
What's your limit, though, man? You was in the same situation. What's the number he said? Yeah, I gotta leave him.
Yo, I really think it depends on what the dynamic was between me and my significant other. Like, if shit was starting to get rocky, like, I think it'd be easier for me to take the money. But if we were in, like, a good place, like, here's the thing, right? Like, if I break up with him, can I, like, call him back after and get back together with him?
Hypothetically, you can't get back with him at all. Like, it's no getting back. Like, you take
through.
Single. Yeah, you single. You're gone. You're done.
Is it just with the numbers that were given, or can I create my
own?
You
You create your own number.
Yo, it really depends on the dynamic, I feel like, in the relationship.
I'm gonna go ahead and co-sign you on that too, because I said we're going good though. Like, this girl finna be my wife or some shit. I really don't even know what the number would be though. I don't know. But I ain't count though. I can tell you, if we just met, it could be a couple $1,000. We just met. I don't care about that much shit.
If she just my girlfriend,
yeah.
Now
if he was,
she my girlfriend / wife. Cause you got that girl, you got your girlfriend, but you got your girlfriend who about to be your wife soon. In a couple years or maybe a couple months. So if that's just my girlfriend, honestly, if he was interviewing me, I was like, man, you got to. I'm gonna try to see how much he can up it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that was her fault though. She was not playing in the negotiation game right. I think she supposed to go until that nigga said stop. I said, you better run up the number till the nigga say no.
Exactly. Yo,
he probably had $700 more in his pocket.
Yeah, and do you think that she actually got that much money?
Nah, it ain't look like that much money.
So then imagine the dynamic after, like with her boyfriend and her being like, oh, it was only like $700. Meanwhile, she thinks it's like 70,000. Like, that's gonna be an awkward conversation for them to have. But
get one of these numbers, the little, like, you holding the cash, you kind of flip it up, see how many hundreds it is.
I don't know. I feel like if my man was being super goofy, like, I would definitely take the money. But like y'all are saying, like, if I know that this man's gonna be my husband, I'm not trying to wreck that. So.
But if you look at
you can't.
What'd you say?
Go ahead, DJ.
I was gonna say, if you look at the video, he wasn't letting her hold the money. So my thing is, what if the money fake? You know what I'm saying? What if the whole time?
Yeah. What if it's Monopoly money?
Exactly. She don't win out.
Now she got finessed out of a relationship and some money.
Exactly. She's not getting her bag or her boo.
Man, that's so fucked up, man. Shit, low key. I'm just thinking about it now. I said, man, why he did it to that girl? He probably was a fake money. It didn't look like $70,000 when he pulled it out though. It did not look like $70,000.
That's what I was saying when I was watching that. I was like, yo, there's no way that that's $70,000. But also, plot twist, what if that was actually her man pulling the prank on her?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, damn.
You know? They're like, yo,
Yeah,
we're trying to run some views up on our YouTube channel, honey. So we're gonna do this together. And then she just called a random guy.
DJ, you ain't seen they had a follow-up video? I would love to see what the follow-up was.
Nah, I ain't find no. I honestly was just scrolling through Twitter, and I was like, man, this would be something good to talk about. But let's say the money was real. So how much money would it take? Or is it still the dynamic of the relationship?
It's
okay,
still like yeah, go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, if I'm speaking from a goofy man point of view, like if he's been goofy, I'd say like 200K. I would negotiate. She did not negotiate at all. Like,
yeah, she
girl, you could get so much more.
Yeah, like she like that's why one reason I said, bro, if that was fake, I said, bro, should break up with her little key anyway, because $70,000 your actually went like that. Like, damn, you ain't trying to negotiate.
But you
now,
know,
now you're
$70,000
not a good business partner.
70,000 a lot though.
But she could have rented up some more.
Especially
yeah, like, yo, she's a pretty girl. If she would have started like walking away and be like, nah, I'm not interested, this man would have kept going up even more. So
she should have hit a little switch a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Little negotiation
Exactly.
101, don't you know?
Yeah, if I was the boyfriend, I know you're not a good negotiator or a business partner. Why would I want to be with you anyway? Because these people got a relationship and marriage become a business one day. Now you can't hold your own on their business out.
Yeah, girl lost her bag and her boo.
For sure.
Yeah, she's sad for that one though. Very sad. Yeah, but shit though. Like I said though, if somebody just met, she just might just became my girlfriend, I'm taking that money. I'm out of there.
Yeah, I'm out of there. 70,000, I probably would have been out of there.
Then I'm gonna date her best friend and spend it on her. Be real pissed.
I'm out.
Ain't shit nigga 101.
Ain't shit nigga 101. From the Think About It podcast.
take the money and fuck a friend.
Oh, her mama. Which one look better? Depend. But
mama do be looking good though.
Yeah, shout out to all the older black women, man, in y'all prime right now, for real.
Shout out to the 30-year-old black women. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once a black woman hit 30, skyrocket.
She in her prime.
In her prime.
Yeah.
30 is the age of flourishment.
What about you, man? Like, what's the age, man? What's the oldest man you'll date? Let's get into
that.
And I don't know sugar daddy shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a serious relationship. Yo, I feel like for my age though, like I feel like I'm a little more mature than people my age. So for me personally, like I'm not really trying to be with someone who's my age unless like I can see that they're intellectually on the same level as me.
You want to date me?
DJ, you're younger than me. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah. So
you're 22.
I'm 22.
Yeah, you just turned 22. You're 99.
You turned 22 in 3 days, bro. Stop lying.
Yeah. So for me, I would say probably the highest age I would. Yo, it really depends because I've talked to mans who are like 30 and they have the emotional maturity of like an 18-year-old. And then I've talked to guys who are like 22 and they have the emotional maturity of like a 25-year-old. So it really depends on the situation. Like I'm probably going to be saying that as like, it really depends on the situation, but I would say the oldest probably would be like 30.
And that's what I was telling somebody on Clubhouse before we got on here. I was like, y'all got to stop going based off of age and start going based off of maturity because you don't understand, you know, I done met 18-year-olds who have a mindset of a 25-year-old, but I've also met 50, 60-year-olds who have the mindset of a 12-year-old.
Facts.
So y'all got to start going off of maturity and stop going off of age because, you know, it sounds good like, yeah, I'm with a 30-year-old, but at the same time, is this 30-year-old mature enough to, you know, sustain your needs and stuff like that and your wants and stuff like that?
Yo. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Cam.
Nah, I wasn't about to say that. I was just agreeing.
I was just going to say, like, so when I was younger, when I was like 18, I had like older mans like coming after me. And then I saw this thing and it was like, you have to wonder why these older guys are going after younger girls. Like obviously the women their age have seen that they're like, they ain't shit. Right. So it's like, us as younger women, and maybe younger men too, if you're being approached by older women, have to understand that like there's a reason why these older people are coming after you, and it's not because you're some luxurious like older mature girl. It's because usually, one, they're either
It's a
caught up.
power dynamic.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also they're also probably like emotionally still in the phase that you're at. Like some 30-year-olds are like, they want to still go out and party and drink and stuff, so they go find younger girls who are in that stage of their life. So I really think that it depends on like the situation, but I would say like same with you, DJ. Like I've met guys who are 30 and they're operating from the point of view of like a 12-year-old guy, and I'm like, I gotta go.
Exactly.
So
Y'all ever
I
seen How to
think
Catch a Predator?
no.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Well,
Look at
Chris
all the
Harrison.
dudes. Look at all the dudes on How to Catch a Predator. They fucking weirdos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the 16-year-old, the 13-year-olds, whatever it is, they think they're special because this guy's reaching out to them, but no.
Nah, you're not special. You in for a okie doke.
But yeah,
I mean,
man,
an
that's
older
why I say
man,
like,
though, you got you a dumbass.
yeah. But me personally, all the friends I probably date is probably like 35. I don't like to get close to that 40 range. If you start getting close to the age of my mama, I don't like that.
Exactly.
But I'll fuck with
Yeah.
somebody like 35 the most.
I go
And
for
you,
that, bro.
wait, so how many years is that for y'all?
They're about 14 years.
Okay, I think the oldest, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm going to say the oldest would be like maybe 12 years difference.
Yeah.
I really
Then
want
it's
a
I don't
30,
like.
bro. I want me a fine 30-year-old black woman. Ooh, Jesus.
that's the thing, right? Like
Nah, but you
people
know, like
really
people our
reach
age
their
immature.
prime.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
People always think, yeah, 21's the prime, 18's the prime, like you young, did it. Nah, because you still
No.
immature. You still growing. You know what I'm saying? Once you hit 30, you kind of been through a little bit of life. You know, kind of establish yourself a little bit. You know, you looking good. Your body is at that peak point, you know.
Yeah, 30 is the prime, honestly. I can't wait till I get to my 30s.
Yeah, for niggas though, nah, your 20s your prime though. Niggas start going
Yeah,
down
niggas,
quick.
your 20 your prime.
When you in your 20s, it's your prime. When you hit 30 though, that's when this shit start going down here for me.
For sure.
20 what? What do y'all think? 20 what?
25.
Nah,
Getting down here.
like when you from like 25 to like 28, 29, that's your prime. But when you hit 30 though, that's when your decline starts.
Go from your prime to your decline.
Word. But you know, women different though. The niggas, I feel like women start probably hitting their decline in their like 40s and stuff. When they hit their prime in their 30s.
For sure.
All right,
You know,
I'm looking forward to it.
Men like on bad cars, you know, when you get it off the lot, it's great. But you know, after you put some mileage on that bitch, you know, niggas go hard in their 20s.
Exactly.
You niggas going hard, so you hit 30 out of the.
Maybe I need to slow down so I can be in my prime in my 30s. Maybe if I slow down a little.
I be going hard though.
Oh God, I be going hard.
Yeah, I think the lifestyle plays a big factor in it too, right? Like, what are you doing in your 20s to make way for your life in your 30s? Are you creating like sustainable habits and stuff, or are you just being goofy?
I'm just living life, man. I take day by day. I wake up. If it's a party, I drink. I do a little smoke, you know. Sorry for my parents watching, you know now. Well, my mama been new, but my dad, I know he watched. So shit, here we are, man. I'm 21,
what
man.
What a way to expose yourself.
I'm 21, man. Cut me a break.
Man, I'm just living. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm just living.
I'm just living.
But speaking of living, man, you know, in life, man, you know, people go through a lot of things, you know. Man, you brought up this talking to me, and I really feel like we really need to discuss this. Like, you know, in life, you go through a lot of things, and you know, and just internalizing it on the inside. So, what can people do to help deal with internal issues? Because you know, a lot of people start dealing with internal issues, and they don't know how to express themselves, and don't know how to get rid of it in a positive way. You know, a lot of things they lead to people doing kind of negative things, being negative towards the people around them. So, man, what's your point of view for people dealing with internal issues, and how can they get out there to turn that negative into something positive?
I didn't say, mate, fix a seat. She like, yeah, it's me.
Let me just pull up.
Exactly.
No, I would say, you know, the one thing to recognize is that everybody goes through internal issues, and I think a lot of it starts from childhood. And so like that's something that I really try to focus on with my community is like inner child healing. Because as we grow up, a lot of the time we carry on to those messages that we were told by others around us, or, you know, the school system, our parents, the people that we're growing up with, we're told these messages and those kind of stick to us. They're like core beliefs. So I think a lot of the internal struggles that we experience in our adulthood are related to the messages that we were told as children. I like to say, like DJ, like you were saying, you've seen like 60-year-olds who have the maturity of a 12-year-old. Well, that's because a lot of people don't heal their inner child, and a lot of adults are like wounded children walking around in adult bodies. So for me, I would say that it starts with like unlearning and also recognizing, you know, what are your internal battles? What are your internal beliefs? Like, yo, I'm working through one right now that I'm not lovable. Like, that's a belief that I have about myself. And I have to like check myself and be like, yo, like, why do you feel like this? And then I'm like, okay, well, growing up, this is what I experienced. This is my environment, you know, like just looking at different environmental factors that could have played a role in this kind of internal dialogue that happens between you and yourself. But something else is like, I think a lot of us forget how much control we do have over our situations. And a lot of the times we're quick to like point the fingers at other people, and that's our ego. That's our ego speaking. So I was talking to you about this a bit, Cam, is like we have our internal and our external locus. And so our internal locus is kind of like being able to take inner accountability. Like, for example, say you fail a test, you fail an exam, what's going to be your first response?
Damn, I ain't steady.
Damn.
Okay.
I ain't steady.
Okay. That's you operating from your internal locus, because you're taking accountability, saying that I didn't study. But a lot of the times, and I used to be like this, I would be like, oh, yo, like I got this mark because my teacher hates me. My teacher wanted me to fail. And so like blaming external situations on your behavior. So your external is kind of like operating from a point of like playing the victim and like blaming everything around you. And then internal locus is like taking accountability for what goes on within you. So like you said, Cam, like I didn't study, that's why I failed the test. So I would say like with internal struggles, a lot of it starts with tapping into our inner child, and getting to understand, like, you know, this child was hurt, and you can operate from a point of forgiveness without allowing it to become who you are in your adulthood. If that makes sense.
I feel that's a lot of people. People don't like, they try the things that happen to you as a child will honestly reflect in your adult life. Because you know, as a child, you at a very learning stage when you're a child. You're always constantly learning. That's when your brain is alive, is you always constantly learning stuff. I think you don't stop learning stuff and your brain don't stop developing until I think you're like 25.
Right.
So even in a sense right now, we 21, we adults, but you 22, but like we kind of still children.
Yeah.
In a way, you know, in a very learning stage, and the things that you do will affect you, will still affect you in your adult life. And that's what I'm saying. People gotta understand, you gotta take a self-reflection within yourself. And you know, sometimes access the internal locus if you use your external locus, because you know, sometimes it might be an external locus type of factor, but sometimes I feel like a lot of issues with me personally, I feel like humans, internal thing, like you know you effing up, like you know you fucking up, and you know you doing stuff wrong, and you know when this kind of change, you gotta look into yourself. Honestly, like I said, and learn those things that got you to that point, and try to just move forward and focus on the things that can progress you.
Right.
Yeah, and my fault.
No, go ahead.
And I was gonna say, like, to bounce off of Cam, like, you know, I've gotten to a point in my life where it's like any fucked up situation that I've been in, I try to just, for one, assess like what could I have done better in the situation, and two, you know, I have to accept the fact that life is fucked up, and fucked up shit happens in the process of learning things. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you've been through a traumatizing experience as a kid or even as an adult, you have to accept the fact that, you know, okay, yeah, it's not okay, but life is fucked up, and it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like even with me as a kid, you know, like when my parents get in a divorce, like it's fucked up, but it happened. Okay, here, where either we gonna dwell on the situation or we will keep this shit pushing. Okay, fuck what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I move through life and traumatizing experiences. You know.
It's true. Like even the same thing, DJ, like when my parents got divorced, it's not like there's not really external things like that. Is I didn't have any control over that, right? Like as a kid, you don't really know what's going on. So it's like as we approach our adulthood, then it's kind of understanding like, okay, why why do I feel guilty for this? Like, I was a kid, I didn't have any part to play in this, but like for me, like I thought that I was like the reason why my parents were getting divorced. And like, you know, as a kid you don't really understand what's going on, so it's like we have to also understand that sometimes things happen to us and we don't have control over that, and it really is external factors. But what we do have control over it is choosing in this moment to start to heal from that, and choosing in this moment to say, look, this shit happened, it was really shitty, but I'm not going to be a victim, I'm going to be a victor, and I'm going to take this experience to allow it to push me forward in other areas of my life.
Yeah, and I guess like with me, like it was kind of easier for me to accept bullshit. Well, not accept bullshit, but you know, accept bullshit was because, you know, my mom, she was always like the person who would take the bullet, like for things that happened like throughout the divorce. Like she would always just be like, oh, I'm sorry. Or, you know, she would just, you know, always be like, you know, it's not your fault. Like, don't worry about it. You know, he's fucked up. Like, you know, all this other stuff, you know, like anything that would happen. And even if it was her fault, she'd just like, you know, it's just me. Like, it's just me. Don't worry about it. Like, and I feel like sometimes, you know, I feel like I had it easier because it was like I had that person to kind of just reassure me that, you know, it wasn't my fault that my parents was getting divorced. It wasn't my fault that things was happening, you know, throughout those times of them getting a divorce. So, you know.
That's good, and that's super important.
And you know, that's what I'm saying too. Like, especially as a child, you know, you think like, damn, everything around me, what is going on? Like, you know, I feel like a child, once like we are in helpless positions. And, you know, we just small people, like really navigating a world full of adults and animals and everything like that. So it's like, and I feel like, and people gotta understand, you know, like in our early 20s, we still are children too. Like, even though we young, like I got on Clubhouse. I didn't know how young I was till I got on Clubhouse. Everybody said, you young right now. I said 21, I thought I was grown as hell.
Exactly. I can get liquor, I can go to the bar.
The word, I go to the bar, I go get me some tobacco.
Exactly.
I do all that. And you know, I just want people like just, if you listen to this video, man, just take a good self-reflection. I think that's one of the beauties of quarantine. Like the beauties of quarantine, and people have to be in the house and really got to sit with themselves.
Exactly.
Like you can't go out as much and run away from your issue because you don't have to be in there. You're gonna be in your house, and you really got to sit down and just think and have some self-awareness.
And that's the crazy thing about it. And I feel like honestly, I don't know y'all religious beliefs, but I feel like God really put Corona in my life because when Corona first started, I was going through a breakup, and I really had to like self-reflect on myself, and I was like, damn, I'm fucked up. Like I'm a fucked up individual, you know what I'm saying? So I really feel like, you know, people have to quarantine, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, honestly, let's keep it real. I feel like it should be mandatory that we have a whole lockdown for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So people can just sit in the fucking house and reflect on their life and reflect on their next move. You know what I'm saying? Like, because without quarantine and without Corona and all this other stuff, like, I feel like I wouldn't be the person that I am right now because I had time to reflect on shit that I was doing, shit that I was saying, shit that I was surrounding myself around, shit that, you know, just a bunch of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, sometimes you got to really self-reflect and, you know, be self-aware of what you got going on.
That's so true. I think, like, I definitely agree with you, DJ, because especially when the societies were like all open and functioning, like pre-COVID, like there were so many distractions out there. So we didn't have the time to actually sit with ourselves because there was always something to fill that void. Exactly. Whether it was, you know, like going to parties, going to the club, you know, having a job, working 40 plus hours a week. But once this happened, it really, like, how I kind of described 2020 was like, I had to go in my cocoon and I was spending so much time, like, just checking myself, like, yo, why are you doing this? Like, why do you think this way? Why are you self-sabotaging all the time? And I was like, damn, why am I doing that? Like, I really had time, and it was painful, right? Like, I spent a lot of days just sitting there, like, being like, what is life? Like, what is life at this point? But it allowed me to spend that time nurturing myself and nourishing, you know, who I am and who I want to be. And I really feel like 2021 is like me getting my wings, and now I'm like blossoming into this butterfly, and like nobody's going to stop me at this point because I had that time to reflect, and because I had that time to be like, you know, I think a big thing too is that what I realized over like quarantine is that sometimes I'm the problem. And that's that internal
Exactly.
Big
locus.
facts.
Yes, you
Sometimes
know what I'm
I'm the
saying?
one fucking shit up. Like,
Word. That's what I realized too, man. I always why I go to situations now. Before I ask anybody else did, what could I have did better?
Exactly.
right.
What were the mistakes I made? You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Because I feel like I gotta take accountability for myself, but I expect anybody else to take accountability. And once I address those issues and I try to address it again, if I
Mm-hmm.
know that I address myself first, I'll be more comfortable with the situation and how things went because at least I know, especially if I ain't do nothing wrong, I address myself and I feel like I ain't do nothing wrong, I know I can feel better about it. I can sleep better, about shit.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly,
Exactly.
I feel like that was a good analogy that you made, just like how 2020 was. Like, I feel like when 2020 first started, we was just caterpillars, we walking around, doing what we doing. But then Corona happened, and then we got in the whole pandemic,
But in
and then
that
we had to get in
cocoon,
that cocoon, and either
Yeah.
some of us died in the cocoon, or some of us came into 2021 as butterflies, and now we are hatching out and spreading
Mm-hmm.
our wings and evolving and creating great things. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
yeah, and even in especially like 2020, people don't realize how many people died during 2020 because of COVID. Like
facts.
I bet you people in here, like some of us might have family members who died or was sick, or know people who died or was sick of COVID.
So
Like it's just a blessing to make it to 2021 because a lot of people did not make it before
facts.
2020.
Mm-hmm.
They,
Yeah.
they
Your
they love
word.
saying each year is a blessing, but 2020, getting out of 2020 was a definite blessing.
Yo, and also like kind of like what we've talked about in other rooms on Clubhouse. Not going to say the rooms, but like I feel like a lot of people too, even if you made it to 2021, like some people are just operating at a higher frequency because they took that time in 2020 to really check in with themselves. A lot of people are not going to be able to say, yo, I'm the problem. A lot of people aren't willing to do that because once you do that, then you have to unlearn all the other things that you've started to blame other people for. So it's like the people who took the steps to really start to go in their cocoon, like we were saying, those are the ones who are going to have the colorful wings. Those are the ones who are going to have those vibrant wings because they have acknowledged their parts in things, but they've also acknowledged that they can get better and that things aren't always going to be the same. And so I feel like a lot of us, and like that's why I really fuck with y'all, because I feel like we're on a similar frequency. And it's like understanding that, yes, some people are here in 2021, but they're operating at a stagnant frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And
Still in the
so,
same mindset as 2019, 2018,
exactly.
2017.
Yeah.
Or one thing I hate when people say like I had to unlearn this myself. Stop saying I'm going back to the old me. I'm about to be back on my old shit.
I'm trying to be a
You
better.
Mm,
should never want to go back. You supposed to go forward. I'm trying to be on some new
mm.
shit. I'm
Exactly.
trying to be a better and progressive me, a new me.
So
Like
you,
saying you
Yeah.
going back to your old me is like that's one of the most regressionist things to say. Like we gotta start getting the mindset. We gotta progress and move forward. Like even
Right.
go to the election. Like I hate when people say I'm ready for America to go back to what it was before Trump. No, we don't want to go back before
America
Michigan
was
was
just
fucked
as
up
fucked
too.
up as it was when Trump
We
was in.
we gotta go. We gotta progress. Like if anything, like when people gotta look. We gotta looking forward and look at progression instead of thinking we gotta go back to the old state of things or the old mindset of things.
Yeah. Or even when people are like, I am who I am. And it's like, you can
What the
change.
fuck
Like,
does that mean?
literally, like,
So
what? You are who you are. Okay, cool. But you're not who you were 10 minutes ago. Like, you've changed, you've lost some hair, you've done this or that. Like, when I hear people say that, I'm just like, yo, the one thing in life that is inevitable is change. So why not embrace it? Like, why not always be, and I don't know, maybe this is a privilege that I have to be able to be in this mindset, but it's like, I am always growing. Like, I'm not who I was last week. I'm not who I was when I first met y'all on Clubhouse. I'm not who I was even an hour ago. I'm constantly growing. And so if we can operate from the mindset of embracing that, then that also allows us to take accountability for our mistakes even quicker than just saying, well, it is who I am, or I am who I am. It's like, yo, but you doing some fucked up shit, man. Like you need to actually take accountability for that.
Where but people scared to take accountability.
That's true, because that's going to reveal a lot of shadow work that they have to do. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. And that's what I was saying. Like those people are probably still in their cocoon, or they're operating at this stagnant frequency now.
I think, and I don't know, and I think you said it on Clubhouse, May, but I don't know if you did or not. But I think you were saying, like, if you did say it, along the lines of people really don't fuck with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like 2020
Mm.
really showed that a lot of people don't fuck with themselves. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I don't
Word,
know
you
if I
can't be.
said that, but
yeah, I don't remember. I've been in a lot of
Yeah,
conversations with you.
yeah, that's true.
word, but it's exactly like people love to bring up the word accountability. People should hold other people accountable. I feel like people gotta say we gotta hold ourselves accountable first, and then
Hmm.
we gotta start holding other people accountable because accountability starts with the end. It's more accountability only really works in community. Like technically, I can't hold somebody accountable on Twitter, but me and DJ, same friend group, and we in the same. I can hold him accountable because we in the same community together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he can hold me accountable.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like my mama always
Word.
tell me, make sure shit at home straight before you start going to other people's house trying to clean.
Yes, exactly. And that's something that I really saw this year. It's like, why are you trying to be in my business when you don't even have yourself figured out?
Exactly.
Like, why are you calling me on things that I'm doing? Like, a situation happened, and like these people literally, like, actually, I'm not going to talk about the situation, but some like stuff happened, and I was like, yo, like, this is who I am, in the sense of knowing that I set boundaries, and like this is a confidence, like it's a skill that I have now that I've learned, is to set boundaries and to be able to protect my mental health in certain situations. Like, that is a part of me, not fully who I am, but it's a part of me. And so like these people didn't understand that, even though that's what their values that I talk about all the time, and then they didn't like that, so they like cut me out of their friend group. And I was like, this is just showing some shadow work that y'all have to do. Like, that obviously you're not taking accountability for the fact that you can't say no, or that you can't set boundaries. And me doing that is making you feel some type of way. So you're just going to project that onto me. And I don't know, like, I feel like that's a big thing, is people don't want to take accountability, because then one, when they're going to someone else's house and telling them that their mats are dirty and stuff, it's because they don't want to have the light shined
Yeah.
or shone on them,
Back up.
right? They don't want,
I want you to see my house, you know what I'm saying?
exactly,
Talk about your house.
Word.
exactly. And I can't speak, apparently.
Yeah, and I would say, I watched his video a guy named, I don't even about to mess up name, but I think his first name is Cabo. I think his last name Cabo Kaway or something like that. But Brother Cabo, he was speaking on like mind your business first, because once you start minding your own business, you won't even know how much business you really have, because you'll have a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Word. So people got to start minding your own business, because you never know how much business you got till you start minding your own.
Man, everybody got a lot
Exactly.
of business, so it's no reason why you should be anybody else. Let's keep it real.
Exactly. Like, that's something, I used to realize, like, and this is something that my dad would always call me out on, is like, I would always talk about other people. Like, I would always fill the void of like talking with shit that other people were doing.
Go ahead and get to the last topic. Let's just talk about
LOL.
like the power of good conversation, like the good conversation with analysts, the power of good conversations. I feel like when you have a good conversation or a very enlightening conversation, it just could push you to a point where you can actually do that self reflection or open your idea to something new and want to explore new things. I feel like people gotta don't be scared to have conversations with people. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I get in the mindset, I ain't trying to hear this shit, man. Fuck it, man. Know what the fuck they know. I don't even feel like talking right now, but just take the time and just sit down and have a conversation with people, just new people with new perspectives, and they great conversations just push you to a point where like, damn, that could really change your life. Cause I've been on Clubhouse in a lot of rooms with a lot of people, and just hearing disrespectful from people across the world. Cause me personally, I never really traveled like that. I never really left the Southeast. I think the farthest I went, Washington D.C. The furthest west I went in like Tennessee. Like
Mm.
I ain't really been nowhere, so just hearing disrespect from different people from different places give me a new perspective on things, and I see things differently within the life I'm living right now in South Carolina.
Right. And I think, like, you make a good point, because in order to have good conversations, you have to have tough conversations. And with those conversations, like, you have to have an open mind.
Exactly. I was
Even
just
like, I think back to the first conversation that we had, Cam, like that Clubhouse room. And I often go back to that conversation, and I'm like, why was that conversation so good? Like, I left feeling so rejuvenated. We were up till what, 5 a.m.? Like, it
Yeah,
was
about five
crazy.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but why it was so good was because people were bringing different opinions and different perspectives, and we were open to receiving that information, and the other people were also open to receiving that. So it's like, cancel culture is so popular nowadays. It's like, if you have any type of different opinion, then I don't want to hear it at all. But it's like, how do you ever expect to learn if you don't open your mind to new perspectives and you don't challenge what you've been taught initially, because there's always something to learn. So I think with good conversations comes tough conversations, and in order to have those, people have to have an open mind within the conversation.
For sure. And I was just talking to somebody about that today. Like, you know, I was like, I love being in rooms with, you know, older people or just even mature people, because it's like they put me in a new perspective of things. Like, even for instance, you know, May, like, I ain't gonna cap. Like, I've always heard people talk about zodiac signs, but you, like, being on Clubhouse with you, I've really gotten to depth about like rising and moon and all these other things about, you know, astrology. And it's just like, man,
I ain't know that world was out there.
exactly. It's a
I
whole
ain't know
different
it there.
world. Like, and that's why, and that's another thing why I love Clubhouse, because it's like you're meeting different people from different walks of life. Like, I would never thought I have a friend from Canada. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Never.
a friend from Canada. Not only is she mixed, she loves astrology, and she's really into like frequencies and energy and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just, you know, a good conversation, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be open-minded with conversations.
And you know, like May said, tough conversation too, man. Like,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? We got to be ready to have tough conversations. You know what I'm saying? And if you gonna say something, please stand on it. Don't
Yeah.
worry. That's your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I don't like about Club, I can speak personal. I hate when people spread misinformation though. Something that I know is not true.
Right.
I feel like that's one of the worst things about Clubhouse though, because there's a lot of people spreading misinformation, and I hate. That's why I try to chime in quick. Especially I know something wrong, I try to get in front of it first before, like, because I feel like sometimes people like you gotta let them speak, let them speak. Now, if they finna lie and spread some misinformation and spread it to the world, that's kind of dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's
That's
also,
That's the only
true.
time.
and I also feel like if you have an unpopular opinion, my thing is this: don't get mad when it's like 3 people in the room, you know, having one opinion, and then you're the only one with that opinion. It's just like, I feel like my back's against the wall. I feel like I'm being attacked. No, we all talking, man. And that's where it comes in. Like May said,
Especially,
you have to have them tough conversations, man. You have to, sometimes you got to, you know, reflect and be like, okay, well, you know, all these people coming after me, quote
maybe
unquote.
I need to revisit this. Like,
Exactly. Let me do a little research. Let me step back and go in my studies. Let me look at my books. You know what I'm saying?
and that's why I had to learn too, man. Because sometimes I'm not right about everything. I'm not. I don't know everything. I'm not God. I'm not the higher power. Like,
Yeah,
that's the
Aries
only person
man.
who really. That's the only person who know everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Aries
some
man.
Aries energy there.
I
You
do
don't know
not know
everything.
everything. I got to sit down and listen. And I learned the more I sit
Mm-hmm.
down and listen, the more perspective I get. You know, so sometimes I be in rooms I don't have the most popular opinion, and that's okay because y'all like Aries say Aries gonna stand on his.
Yeah. And that's something I think, like, I know that it's at the end of the podcast is to kind of leave with like a quote or something to think about, but can I share mine like now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I
Go
was just
ahead.
gonna say, because we're on the topic, I would say, like, if you operate from the point of view that you don't know anything, that's when you're going to have the most beneficial conversations. But if you go into a room or you go into a space and you have the perception or the persona that you know everything already, how are you ever going to expect to learn? So, like, that's something that my dad tells me all the time. He's like, go into your social situations like you don't know nothing, like you're just beginning out, and you know that's when you're going to be able to really learn, is when you operate from this humble perspective that you're learning. It's like we're babies again, like we're learning everything for the first time. So I can share another quote at the end though too, don't worry, I got a lot of quotes in my back.
So she got them things in a vote for us, man.
Yeah.
Word, man. So, man, yeah, we just spoke on it, man. It's been a great episode, man, with me. So we get into the ending part of our episode now, man. You know, we call it plugs, man. It's our ending segment, man. So we like to plug a black business or a black artist, somebody doing something black in their community. So DJ, who is your plug for the week?
Man, I feel like this person doesn't get a lot of attention like they deserve. I'm gonna give my plug to my best friend, my homie, the other half of Strike. Breezy 2 times. He make music. He been on the episode before. He plugged himself in before, but I feel like y'all still need to keep running him up because that's my best friend, and I support all my friends and whatever they do. And yeah, that's my plug for this week.
Word, man. I gotta plug. My camera look straight, y'all.
Man, you good, bro?
I still look. Why the
Still ugly as hell.
man? It look. Hold on. There you go. All right, but my plug for the week, man.
Now it's wide. Are you using your phone?
Yeah, it's straight now though.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to give DJ a hard
Yeah, it's
time.
good.
Y'all know.
Man, you
DJ
good,
big
bro.
though.
Ain't nothing but a little
Yeah,
Eddie.
but let me get my plug of the week to my homeboy KD, man. We grew up together, man. Greenwood, South Carolina, man.
Kevin
Let me
Durant.
make sure I get the song here sing. Nah, he ain't Kevin Durant, but that boy hard in there rapping. Man, he got a new single out called Fast Life, man. It's dope right now. Make sure y'all go run it up.
For
What
sure.
about you, man? What's your plug for the week?
My plug is my girl's business, Nayla's Secrets. She's got a makeup brand. She is here in Canada, Ottawa. She has like a cruelty-free makeup brand, Black-owned, woman-owned, bad bitch alert. Yeah, that's my girl list. And I would say check her out for your lip glosses, eyeshadow palettes. I'm wearing her eyeshadow right now, so that's my plug for the week.
Where all my
Word,
Toronto
man.
people, my Canada people, even though Canada big, migrate.
She do international shipping. Cause she ships to America.
Real big.
Word.
Yeah, she does.
Where
I'll
Go
send you
check
her
it out.
Instagram or her website.
We're gonna put out the information below, man. So y'all make sure y'all go check her out. So y'all know our last segment of the week, man. The food for thought segment. So May, go ahead. Since you said yours earlier, man, you might well go ahead and repeat it for the people. Leave them with something to chew on for the week. Go ahead, we quote that quote.
Chew on this. You no, I'm just joking.
Hey, that shit hard though. That shit hard as hell though.
Chew on this. Accept that you do not know anything and you will have the most beneficial and stimulating conversations. When you operate from the mindset that you're constantly growing and you're constantly learning, you will open your mind to more possibilities and more learnings. But if you come in with the point of view that you already know everything you need to know or you don't want to learn anymore, that's when you're gonna block your blessings and you're gonna block new information from coming into your life. So I would just say, accept that you know nothing and embrace the journey of learning new things from people who you wouldn't necessarily expect to learn from. And, just be humble and open-minded with regards to learning, because that's something that we can always do is learn something new.
What
So
about
chew
you,
on that.
See, man, and her quote go like how I used to say, bro, only thing I know is I know nothing. But my quote of the week,
love it,
is chew on this. I guess we're gonna start saying this for now. I like that. I like that little saying, chew on this. People don't abandon the people they love. They abandon the people they were using.
Oh shit.
Word.
Okay.
Well, I got a quote, man. It's from one of my Black Power heroes, man. One of my ancestors, man, like the great Kwame Ture, aka Stokely Carmichael. So he had a quote. He said, "There is a higher law than the law of the government. That's the law of the consciousness." I need y'all to chew on that, man. But this was the Think About It podcast, and we out of here.